You and I need to remember every day of our lives that people feel, but things can't. We live in a world and a time and age where increasingly the right ways of yesterday seem to be today's wrong ways. A time when wrong is often called right and right called wrong. We also live in a time when things seem to be regarded as more important than people. There is an intimate connection between these two realities. I was in conversation a couple of years ago. A visitor to a very large African city told of seeing early one morning the body of a young man underneath a highway bridge. Returning later that way at dusk by tour, my friend was shocked to discover the body hadn't been removed. He was of the opinion that in spite of modern man's seeming enlightenment, we are in fact more callous, apathetic, and uncaring than ever before. Human life, he said, is very cheap in that country. Things are more important than people. What a tragic state of affairs apparently it is when well-meaning people have created the kind of world we live in, a world where the value and quality of human life have been so diminished that things such as money, automobiles, houses, clothes, household pets, plant life, technological gadgetry, elaborate toys, and material of all sorts are more highly treasured than people themselves. Many biblical motifs describe human beings as essentially a little lower than the angels, made in the very image of God. They are sacred descriptions which, along with countless others, establish human beings as the heart and crown of the created order. It's an impressive biblical picture where God, after having first brought into being all things, capped it off with the supreme creation of man and woman. Only then was creation regarded as very good. But we seem to have now a vastly distorted value system where human beings are at the bottom of life. The inanimate, non-feeling, non-thinking, non-spiritual, non-relational things appear to be at the top and the core of life. In short, we've created and live in a dehumanized world. A dehumanization seen so vividly today in economics and religion, politics and science, culture and social life. To regard and treat people as less than human leads ultimately to a state of affairs where God is actually regarded as godless too. In other words, things above people equal dehumanization and godlessness, and these in turn lead to idolatry and death. It is simply not possible to fragment the single spiritual energy that holds together love of God and love of human beings. Any celebration of things over humans is ultimately a celebration of meaningless despair and death. Conversely, when people, all people from the youngest to the oldest, are treated with dignity, respect, and compassion, doorways into a heaven-like future of joy, health, hope, and life are opened. These are the gateways to God's future. Invest in being human. Always choose people over things.